You guys hear that? That's the squeak, the creak of my computer chair. And that means we're about to do another episode of Coach Goo's fun-filled, action-packed, flipped geometry classroom. So in yesterday's installment, we learned about vertical angles, adjacent angles, and linear pairs. We learned some special vocabulary about angles. So today, we're going to learn even more vocabulary about angles. So look at this. This is going to be a special way we do these notes. Look at this page right here. This is kind of what it looks like, right? This is what it looks like. But we're not going to fill anything in on this page. Okay, we're going to go to the next page right here, and you're going to see how this works. And we're going to fill in this right here. This is going to be a foldable. So in the end, here, let me show you. We're going to cut along. So if you have scissors at home, go ahead and do this and fold it up. But we're going to cut right here. Where I highlight orange, that's where you cut. So right here, you cut right there. You cut right there. You cut right here. Don't cut all the way across now, because that's going to ruin the whole thing. Just cut across right there. Right there. And then you can fold it over, and it's going to be a foldable, like a Lunchable, but a foldable. All right, here we go. So let's fill in these notes now. So right here, in this first, why is it blurry? That's weird. All right, in this first one up here in the top left, we've got something. What's going to go in this box? It's going to be, I'm going to use this color, a line that intersects two or more lines is called a transversal. Transversal. What is it? Say it with me, guys. Transversal. 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 So it's a transversal. It's a line that intersects two or more lines. And so in our picture to the left, which one of these lines is the transversal? It's this one right here. Look. Oh, I should use a different color that's more obvious. I'm going to use the green. This line right here, it's going through how many? It's going through 3 lines. Not 1, not 2, but 3. That makes it a transversal because it's going through 2 or more lines. Transversal. All right, next one. Let's go to the top right. Okay. 2 angles that have corresponding in parentheses, it tells you what it means. It means same. Corresponding means same. So 2 angles that have corresponding or same positions when a transversal passes through 2 lines. So in the picture to the right, let's label our angles. Look at this. If I label this angle 1 right here and label this angle 2 right here, these 2 are corresponding angles. As you can see, look, watch this. You see this transversal going through these 2 lines? Well, angle 1 and angle 2 are in the same position. You see how each intersection, if you look at it, each intersection makes 4 angles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And even down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see which ones have the same position. The 1s have the same position. The 2s have the same position. The 3s have the same position. And the 4s have the same position. So those would be corresponding angles. All right, I blanked out the screen on accident, but you might notice something here. Look at our lines. What weird symbol do we have here? I forgot to tell you in the top left one, but let's just go over it now. Look at these weird arrow things on our lines.
What are those?
This means that the lines are parallel. That is the symbol, the label to show that lines are parallel. These 2 arrow things going in the same direction, okay? So that's saying that these 2 lines are parallel. So remember, so these 2 angles right here, 1 and 2, what do these 2 angles look like? So these 2 lines are parallel. What do these 2 angles look like? They look like they're the same thing. It looks like they're congruent. And that is true if, we're going to write a little note down here, if the lines are parallel, this is the symbol for parallel, then angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. See, if they're parallel, it's going to be the exact same angle. All right, so keep that in mind. So for example, in here, if angle 1 is 75 degrees, what's angle 2? It would also be 75 degrees. If angle 1 was x plus 20 degrees, what would angle 2 be? Angle 2 would also be x plus 20 degrees. And this is only if the two lines are parallel. Let's go to the next definition. Into the middle section now. Okay, so two angles that lie on the exterior, which means outside, of the parallel lines and are on alternate or opposite sides of the transversal. So let's take a look at our picture here. So let's erase this word parallel. It doesn't have to be parallel, but it can be. But in our picture, are these lines parallel? Yes, they are, because we see the hooks right here. Oh, baby. So where's the transversal right here? It's going to be line L right here. And let's go ahead and label the two sides of this transversal. So this is going to be the left side, and this is going to be the right side. Let's just pretend this line goes on forever, which it does. Okay, so the left side and the right side. So we got two sides of the transversal. So the definition is two angles that lie on the exterior of the lines and are on alternate or opposite sides of the transversal. So if I were to label these angles, look, angle 1, angle 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Where's the inside of the two lines? Where's the inside of the two lines? The inside of the two lines would be angles number 3, 4, 7, and 8. So that would be the inside of the two lines, okay? So what's on the outside of the two lines? That would be 1, 2, 5, and 6, okay? So that means that those are the exterior angles, but remember, it's not just exterior. There's one more condition. It has to be on opposite sides of the transversal. So let's take a look. Okay, are 1 and 6 on the opposite sides of the transversal? No, they're both on the left side. Okay, but which numbers are on the opposite sides of the transversal? That would be 1 and 5, 1 and 5, and 2 and 6. So the alternating exterior angles would be 1 and 5 and 2 and 6. Those are the positions that are alternate exterior angles. And we got a little bonus rule here. If lines are parallel, then angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. And angle 2 is congruent to which one do you think it's congruent to? Angle 6. That's right. There you go. So if the lines are parallel, only if they're parallel, then the measure of angle 1 is congruent to angle 5, and the measure of angle 2 is congruent to angle 6. All right, and that is the alternate exterior angles, okay? So it doesn't have to be parallel lines for it to be alternate exterior angles, but if they are, you got this special rule that you can use in your proofs, oh boy. All right, let's go to the next one. This is going to be alternate interior angles. So two angles that lie on the interior or the inside of the parallel lines and are on opposite sides of the transversal or alternate. Okay, so once again, let's do some labeling just so it's very crystal clear. If you get this stuff, you guys can just fast forward. All right, so here it is. Left side right here, right side right here. This is just to help us understand. And then let's label it again. Remember, look at the picture on the left side, 1 and 2. That's on the outside. And then which ones are on the inside? I'm using pink for the inside. 3, 4, 7, and 8. Those positions are on the inside of the two lines. Okay, once again, let's cross out parallel because it doesn't have to be parallel. But in this picture it is. And 5 and 6 are on the outside. So this time we're doing two angles that are on the interior of the parallel lines and opposite or alternate sides of the transversal. So which numbers are on the inside? 3, 4, 7, and 8. And where's the opposite ones? That would be 8 is on the opposite side of 4, and 3 is going to be alternate interior angles with 7. So you see they're on the opposite sides of the transversal, and they are on the interior of the two lines. What special rule do you think there is here? Can you guess what the special rule is? All right, it is if the lines are parallel, then the angle 3 is congruent to which angle do you think it's congruent to? Angle 7. And angle 4 is congruent to which angle? Angle 8. That's right. Oh my goodness, you did it. Woo! All right, so we've finished with alternate exterior angles and alternate interior angles. Okay, so remember those two vocabulary terms, and let's go to the last two definition ones. Write down the definitions. Okay, so two angles that lie on the same side of the transversal and are on the outside, so it's going to be exterior of the lines, not parallel. All right, that's going to be same side exterior angles, because look, it lies on the same side and it's exterior and it's an angle. So let's do the labeling again. Look at the picture. Are these two lines in the picture parallel? Yes, they are, because we see these arrows. Boom, these are parallel. And then let's label our angles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm gonna go ahead and relabel the inside ones. Which ones are inside? It's 3, 4, 7, and 8. Okay. And our transversal, let's go ahead and label two sides of the transversal, left and right here. Yeah, it goes on forever if that helps you. Okay. Now they have to be on the same side of the transversal this time, and they have to be on the exterior of the two lines. Okay. So where's the exterior? That's 1, 2, 5, and 6. And which is on the same side? Which pairs do you think would be same side exterior angles? Take a second. Think about it. If you said 1 and 6, and you also said 2 and 5, then you would be correct. Same side exterior angles in this case would be angles 1 and 6 and 2 and 5. All right, so in this case, if the lines are parallel, then, okay, hang on here. It's not congruent this time. Look at the picture. It's going to be measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 5 equals 180 degrees. So they're supplementary. All right, and also, what else do you think we can say? We can also say that the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 6 equals, what do you think it equals? 180 degrees. Supplementary. So, if the lines are parallel, then the same side exterior angles are supplementary. They add up to 180 degrees. So remember, repeat after, let's say it, get this in your brain. This is called the same side exterior angles. Even if you forget, you see this definition, you're like, same side exterior angles, what does that mean? Think about it. It's on the same side of the transversal, and it's on the exterior of the two lines. All right, you can think your way through this. And on to the last, but not least, definition. Two angles that lie on the same side of the transversal and are on the interior, or they're between the parallel lines. So, okay, mark this out once again. I don't know why this is in here, but, look at the picture. Are these two lines parallel? Yes, they are, but it doesn't have to be. I must stress that to you so you do not get confused. All right, so let's label our angles again. So I'm gonna use different colors for the inside and outside. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3 is on the inside, 4 is on the inside, 5 is on the outside, 6 is on the outside, and 7 and 8 are on the inside, okay? So, let's see what the definition says. I also should label the transversal just to make it very clear. If this goes on forever, here's the left side and here's the right side. Okay, so these need to be on the same side of the transversal, but on the interior of the two lines. Which ones are on the same side and on the interior? 7 and 8 are on the same side and are on the inside. And what else? 3 and 4 are on the same side. They're both on the right side of the transversal, and they're in between or on the interior of the two lines. So what do you think we're going to say about these angles. So if the right over here. If the lines are parallel, then what do you think? The measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4 equals, what do you think is going to be? 180 degrees. They are supplementary. And then what else? The measure of angle 7 plus the measure of angle 8, yes, equals 180 degrees. Unbelievable. And that is it for these definitions. Make sure you remember these 6 definitions. We've got transversal, corresponding angles, alternate exterior angles, alternate interior angles, same side exterior angles, and same side interior angles. Make sure you know what's what, and remember the special rules about each of them. Get this folded up, cut it where I told you to cut it, fold it up, and then we're going to put it in our notebooks, and that's going to be the end of this one. So see you in the next one, guys. Peace.